This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
Hello and welcome to the Electronic Motor Racing Network, bringing you the Hauck Designs ASMR Truck Series from Bristol Motor Speedway, presented by Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. And tonight I am joined by Ed Hauck of Hauck Designs up in the booth, and we are going to be, Ed, looking at this race, and we're I'm going to be calling it from these playoff drivers. And why don't you tell us about some of these guys here?
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me. Exciting to be up here for this Bristol race. We haven't been here since season 1 on concrete, so it's going to be an exciting race. It's going to be a tight playoff. I'll start with the unfortunate part. One of our playoff drivers in the 88 truck, Nick Burlow, is probably going to have to park his truck after he makes a start. He has a prior commitment that came up at the last minute, so that's going to put him a little bit behind in a playoff race. But
and that's a bummer, Ed, because you look at the points here, and Burlow's in third. He was the biggest contender to those 3 ECM trucks. So he was the guy that was going to have the chance, the defending series champion. And so that's really a bummer for him. But you look at the points here, Genneken ahead of Cray by 11 points starting the playoffs. Cray ahead of Burlow by 3. And then Clement behind Burlow by 4, should be able to overtake him today. And then Bailey Dutton, 7 playoff points. Dave Gage with 5, Scott Bellum with 4, Eric Norowski with 3, and Doug Argerbright with 3. So obviously, Ed, Clark's been the guy to beat this year. Who do you see as his biggest threat?
Well, I'm going to say it's probably his own teammates. As you look, he's got his entire team here in the playoffs. He's got 21 Cray, probably the closest guy to him right now, but I wouldn't count out Clement either. And you got Dave Gage sitting back there not too far back. Clark's got a pretty nice lead here. I think from second on back, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, and as you look right here, we've got Clark on the pole right now. Clement had a lap, and Clark was third on his first lap, and then came back on lap number 2 and put it on the pole. So Todd was really looking forward to this race, said it's one of his favorite tracks. So we're going to have to see how he does and if he's able to close that gap on Clark, because he thinks this might be his best opportunity for a win today.
Well, he was definitely fast in practice. He was the top of the leaderboard for a long time until Clark came in and just ticked him off by a few hundredths. But both these guys are going to be fast here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, let's get one of them up in the booth here. Let's grab Mr. Cray. And hey, Todd Cray, it's the guys up in the booth, man. We talked to you last week. You said you were looking forward to Bristol here. You're going to be starting P2. What do you got for that 27 truck? You were fast in practice. You got us, Todd?
Yep, got you guys.
All right. What do you got for that 27 truck tonight? We know we talked to you last week. It was you're really looking forward to this track.
Yeah, it's a little too early to tell. Clark puts down some good laps. It's gonna really depend on what line we choose and how the tires burn. I'm normally a high line guy here, but some of the guys are doing it down low, so just gonna mix it up for the first half of the race, and then put the best foot forward and try to take the win.
Absolutely, man. Well, we appreciate you joining us. Who do you want to thank before you roll off here?
Hey, just cousin Jess and Trixie. They're tuning in tonight, and Kitty Cat Coin and ECE Racing, and yeah, that's it. Hopefully, we talk to you guys in a little bit.
10-4, buddy. Good luck tonight. Stay out of
All
trouble.
right. Appreciate it.
All right, so that's the P2. So let's see if we can't run through this starting lineup real quick. On the pole, as we mentioned, it's going to be that 27 of Clark Genneken starting first. 2 is outside, has not gridded yet. The man we just talked to, the 21, Mr. Todd Cray. Ed, tell us who's in row 2.
Yeah, row 2, we've got the 26 of Bailey Dutton, who was also super fast in practice, and followed up by Clark and Todd's teammate, Daryl Clement.
Yep, and then row 3 is going to be the 43, Craig Lerman, coming off some good runs here lately. The 1 of Scott Bellum to his outside.
And behind him, we got the 48 of Eric Nowowski. On his side is 61, Daniel Jensen.
And then Doug Argerbright, Brian Tarnowski round out the top 10.
And the 33 of Jesse Hedges. Next to him, the 404 of Dave Not Found Gage.
And then P13, Andrew Maletta, TJ Krober.
Number 4, Matt McKeegan with 69, Larry Poling.
And then Nick Burlow, the 88, going to start towards the back, going to have to pull off here soon. And then Patrick Coro rounds out the field. David Sparks is listed as a driver, but is not. Is he there? Okay, there he is. He wasn't registering on mine here, so I apologize for that. All right. 88 took an EOL here, so going to fall to the rear of the field. Hopefully he'll be able to run more laps than he's anticipating, but we're going to get up front and get prepared for this start. So we are running, looks like 175 laps tonight. One fast repair. And here we go. Pace truck is off. The 27 is away. Brought him down very slow at the beginning. It's going to bunch up the field behind him, but everybody's trying to stay clean here. There is a drag race down the backstretch into turn 3. That high line is going to prevail here, and that's Todd Cray to the front. Genneken doesn't have anything to do but relent as he was on that bottom line. And Ed, the fast line around here is where?
It sure looked like it was a high line in practice. I didn't see anybody really fast on the bottom. You did see some guys running the high line and kind of diamonding it down towards the exit that were really fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see that now as all these guys are going up towards that top, some in the middle. Caution out. This looks like the 14, Doug Argerbright. And something happened to him. Let's go back and take a look as he's stopped and going to try to not get hit by the 88. So Nick Burlow drove through the pit. So let's see what happened here. That looks like the 404. Oh, okay. Yeah, 14 just loose off the corner and under trying to get powered up. Ed, is that tricky to be on these cold tires early in the race, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially on this concrete, makes a world of difference. But yeah, I hate it for him. It's a playoff guy right there.
Yeah, good point. And he's towards the back of the playoffs, so he needs all these points he can get for that stage. And when is that stage going to be?
Good question. I know they were debating earlier. I didn't hear where they landed.
Okay.
But I think the 14 is going to be fine. We're going to have more than this caution in this race, so hopefully he just stays first car, a lap down. He's got very little damage, and he'll get back on the lead lap.
Did he follow a lap down? I didn't see that he did. So maybe just at the back of the field,
Oh,
he was
okay.
able to save. He's able to save that lap,
You're right.
and
He pulled out
you
the
know,
race truck.
yeah. So gonna be able to try to work his way back up through the field, but definitely has a lot in front of him here to try to get through. So let's see. It looks like we've got 2 to go. Let's get Mr. Bailey Dutton in here. We'll see. Hey, Mr. Bailey Dutton, it's the guys up in the booth. Just wanted to bring you in here for a quick word as we get this playoff race rolling after that quick early caution. What do you got for these guys out here tonight?
I think it's a little bit too early to tell. I mean, I'm hanging with them, so I think I should be able to hang with them the rest of the race, but I guess we shall see.
And of course, this one of your better. Oh, you guys are doubled up. I apologize. I'll let you get back there.
All right, you're good.
After I find out what one team he's in. Moletta. You're in Moletta,
Yeah,
right,
he's
Bailey?
Yeah, Moletta.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way, man. Keep your truck clean.
Appreciate you.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought I saw them doubled up on the screen, and I was like, oh, shoot. They're getting ready to go because I saw the line, and then it was a lap early. So apologize to him and all the people out there that wanted to hear from him. Try to get him back at the stage break and check in with how his race is going.
Absolutely. You know, it looks like Bailey is just as fast on concrete as he was here on dirt.
Yeah, and we'll see how he goes through the field. But we are back under green. 21 gets a great jump there. I would say that wasn't playing teammates, Ed. It didn't look like he counted that down for Clark.
Sure didn't, did it?
So, yeah, we get playoff racing and no more teammate fun and helping each other out on those restarts, at least not at this stage of the race. Because right now you're looking at that 20, the 32 of Darren Clement trying to figure out a way around Bailey Dutton. He's got the 43 of Lerman right there behind him. It looks like 5 of Brian Tarnowski working the inside, getting passed by Dave Gage in the 404. TJ Krober in that 45 to his outside as well. Tight off of turn 4. You saw that slip and sliding of the 14 of Doug Argerbright earlier. Ed, tell us how difficult it is to get off these corners here at Bristol, especially on the bottom of a truck.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it is going to help when it gets some heat in these tires, but these things are always going to be loose on the throttle coming off.
Absolutely, and we're going to jump back to the 6. Oh, we were looking at the 404 and 45. As the 61, that's Daniel Jensen, currently doing a good job out here running P8. Yep, he just missed the playoffs last week by just a couple points, so had a good run early in that race last week, just wasn't able to put that finish together.
Yeah, he's been solid all year.
Oh, and there's a wreck towards the back. The 33 got into the 4.
Did we get a caution?
No caution this time. Yeah, let's take a look back at it. It looked like the 33, you see, just misjudged it there in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of net coat there, but
even if it
close.
wasn't, I think that was still going to be contact. But
you're right.
Definitely net coat. He was definitely on him wanting to get by, but good job for Matt of saving that truck, not hitting anything. And so there's Jesse Hedges. That's the one that got into Matt.
Jesse's running a paint. This is an old paint that his dad used to run back in the day, run some local tracks.
Very cool. Yeah, good background to hear that. And they're dirt racers, so they are familiar with how to get around short tracks like this. And
he's trying to work number 5 right now on the bottom.
Yep, and you saw him slip just a little bit off the corner after touching the apron. Now he's going to have to try to make up all that ground once again. And as we look back up front, it looks like the 21 machine still out front with Clark right on his bumper. Bailey Dutton has not gone very far. He's still holding off the 32. and trying to heat up Clark here.
They are going to have to contend with that 26 truck.
Absolutely. He has been fast all year long, just has not quite been able to figure out how to get around these guys. Maybe tonight is the night. Has 175 laps to do it, and already we are 20 laps into this race, so those laps will go by very quickly, Ed, as we're clocking 15 and a half second laps here.
Absolutely, and right now he's in the kitty cat coin sandwich, it looks like, so I'm sure he wants to get out of
We call that the litter box, Ed.
A litter box, I like it.
So, yeah, and it looks like looking at these leaders still, I mean, Bailey's just trying to, now we're looking back at the 5 of Brian Tarnowski. Looks like he's going to get passed here by the 78 of David Sparks.
I can't tell if Brian's
struggling here early. See if we can't check in with him at some point during the race if we get a caution or something. See how he's doing. He's cranking that wheel.
Maybe we can get a look at his right front to see if maybe he got a little damage or something.
Yeah, you can see the damage on the right front right there.
All right, so Brian's going to be looking for a caution to come in and get that thing repaired. One quick repair tonight for these guys.
Yeah, and we probably going to have a competition or a stage caution. I call it a competition caution. But we'll have that, I would probably say, around lap 50 or so, Ed, when you say? Or
that would be my guess. Yeah, so we're with the 21 right now. 69
is up in the way, and then he gets out of the way. Good job of him. He's always such a respectful driver. That's Larry Poling we're talking about. Doesn't quite have the pace of all these guys, 75 years old, but still out there running and turning laps and doing a good job. Very respectful. That's all these guys can ask for. And there's the stage break right there. That is lap 30. So gonna have 145 laps for the remainder of this race, as we are now under the stage break. And so those guys that are needing the points, I have gotten some. So Eric Norowski, Scott Bellum, and Dave Gage are the ones towards the bottom of the playoff contenders that got some points. Doug Argerbright, the only playoff contender, and Nick Burlow, as he had to pull off the track. Those are the only two that did not get playoff points this time. So,
well, and Todd Cray does pick up 1 point there on Clark Genneken.
Okay, so we don't count playoff. Oh, yeah, picks up a point on Clark, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. I got you. I'm smelling what you're stepping in now. These guys are going to come down pit road and take that first set of tires. See who gets on and off pit road. This is a long pit road here, so going to enter in turn 2. You're going to have to go all the way around turns 3 and 4. So you'll see him here going around the apron of Bristol.
Seems like eternity on a green flag stop, and we're going to have some green flag stops here.
Yeah, we definitely hope so. So maybe there's not going to be... Yeah, I don't know about that, because I think they dropped quite a bit of pace. I mean, there was a half second. Todd Cray was a half second slower than he was on his fast lap. So not sure Scott Bellum staying out here in that one machine is going to be the correct call, but you never know. Track position can be king. As you see, the 21 wins it off pit road here. So let's go back down. We'll try this again with Bailey Dutton. We got him in here, had to rush him out. Bailey, it's the guys up in the booth. Man, we just wanted to pull you back in since we rushed you out the last time. Tell us what you got for these drivers here. Did good. We're right on their bumper there, all of stage 1. And what do you got for the rest of this race? Were you just kind of riding?
I pushed it a little bit, and then I had some tire fall off, and they got that little bit of a gap on me. So, I mean, I planned on saving more this run, so hopefully that pays off in the long run.
10-4. It looks like you got a couple guys out there. One's on. Okay, so I don't know how Eric Narowski got ahead of all you guys, but Scott Bellum stayed out there on old tires. Think that's gonna stack everybody up, or are you guys maintaining the pace here?
You never know. You never know. If they stay too wide and clog it up, it could get a little hairy. But if they file it out, it should be all right.
10-4. All right, buddy. Well, I will let you get back to it. Good luck the rest of the way. You got anybody to thank before we let you go?
Mileto, just for letting me join this season and be able to be a part of this group.
All right, 10-4, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well, we appreciate Bailey joining us back in the booth.
I wonder
And
if
it
the
looks like
32 just jumped down to top off, or
Yeah,
he
I
gave
would
a
say
lot of
so.
track
He's,
position.
yeah, he's always thinking about those fuel mileage stuff. So probably just topped off there and trying to stay clean. Knows there's going to be a lot of mess here with these slower guys. And unfortunate for Todd Cray, who got stuck behind Eric and is now going to have Clark ahead of him. And Scott Bellum with a great jump and is going to have a chance of holding these guys off now because he has that big gap. We're looking off the bumper, the rear bumper back at Clark.
These fresh tires are going to come into play here pretty quick.
Yeah, they are. He's going to go to the bottom, but it's so hard to pass on the bottom here. And see, he's not able to clear up, and if he's not careful, it's going to give the 21 of Todd Cray a chance, but looks like he's going to clear off of 2. And Todd to the inside now. He's going to try to clear quickly. I think he got there a little bit cleaner than Clark did, so maybe able to maintain a little bit closer gap. Now Bailey's going to be working.
Looks like we got the 43 around.
Yeah, that probably should have been a caution there, but they're doing they're doing admin cautions here. Let's see what happened. Yep, just got loose on entry. Maybe a little too much rear brake or something.
No, 78 got in the back of him.
Yeah, that's going to make a mess for these guys. It spread the field all out.
Which is going to make it challenging for our leaders now. They're going to be catching the rear end of this field a lot faster than they thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the 45 got him a little bit.
Yeah, unbelievable. These guys actually kept it all straight, though. Great driving by these guys in the Hauck Designs ASMR Truck Series. As we're looking at the 4, Matt McMeekin working his way around Eric Norowski. That is for the 7th position. And look at these drivers. Ed, all 4 drivers under a blanket. And you see Darren Clement right there topped off with fuel. Put himself in the back, and after all that mess, you got to be wondering, is he questioning that decision now?
See, that's the risk, right? Starting in the back of the pack, having to work through all this traffic, especially this track.
Yeah, and after an incident like that where he's now, nearly almost 3/4 of a lap behind the rest of the field, or the leaders anyway. And yeah, nowhere to go. Where are you going to go right now? There's not any places. They're going to try 3 wide. Oh my gosh, whoever that was on the outside there, that was a smart move. Patrick Corois, he's going to lose it into the turn. And blocks it down. That's going to bring out a caution. Oh, yeah, it did look like he got into.
Did the 5 get into the 91? He sure did.
Yeah, he sure did.
He sure did. That's
and then
going
the
to
78
be ice cream.
Tried to lock it up to get out of the way.
Yeah, and Patrick Corois hasn't raced in 5 or 6 weeks. I know he was looking forward to, coming up here and running. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian just kind of drove it in there and 78 just trying to avoid everything. Did a great job. So well, that was eventful, Ed. So let's go ahead and take a short break here as we're working the caution. It's going to be a quick break as these cautions go by fast here at Bristol. But you're watching the ASMR Hauck Designs Truck Series playoff race from Bristol Motor Speedway on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. And welcome back to the ASMR Hauck Designs Truck Series. Just got the one to go on this caution, working the third caution of the race. Second for incident. The 27 took the top lane.
So
And
we've
that
got
puts
teammates
21 and Todd Cray.
row. Yeah,
Got
Todd
some
Cray
new
Clark.
names. Sorry, Ed, go ahead.
No, you're fine. We got teammates on the front row and teammates on the second row.
Yeah, Jesse Hedges has made his way into that fourth position, and Doug Argerbright has got himself back into the top 6. So after that early incident, what a great drive back to the front. As Clark takes off. Again, Ed, no teammate countdowns today.
You're right. No team tactics probably until we get to the superspeedway.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right there, and then even come down to the end, maybe every man for himself. But yeah, we're looking right now, and that's the 33 starting in that outside lane was able to move himself into P3 over his teammate. As the caution's out, that's the 66 of Andrew Maletta. Unfortunate, man.
And I hate that for Andrew. Andrew's racing. You can see the ribbon he's got on his truck. His stepmom, Dawn Maletta, was diagnosed with breast cancer here recently, and I know he was super excited to make this run for tonight. But hopefully, he's still got that quick repair and can get back in the race.
So you see, hit the wall, came down, and that looked like the 45. It looked like came across the nose of him. Not really anything the 45 could do about that, but yeah, we do want to let everybody know that let Andrew and his family know we're thinking about them, praying for them, hoping, obviously for the best, and just cancer sucks,
It
like
absolutely does.
So we're thinking about you guys, and we hope you're able to get the treatment you need, and that you're going to be feeling better soon.
Yeah, I think Andrew just got caught up in what we were talking about earlier. A little bit of cold tires and maybe a little heavy on the accelerator coming out of the turn.
Yeah, it looked like it just took off on him on exit there, got tight maybe behind some other trucks and into the wall.
Jesse, how are those crackers treating you? I know we had to take that quick vocal break so Jesse could get some more crackers in his system.
They're Cheez-Its, man. Can't live without the Cheez-Its.
Oh, love the Cheez-Its.
Yeah, they're pretty darn good. So what are we thinking the rest of the way? I see we've got Jesse Hedges hasn't been up there, so we don't really know what kind of speed he has compared to the leaders. But what are you seeing so far, Ed?
Well, I think we're seeing what we've seen all season long with these kitty cat coin, the litter box guys are just front runners all the time here. So it's going to be tough for anybody to get around these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are very hard to beat, and we've witnessed it all season long. So no real surprise as we enter the playoffs that those are the strong guys. Jesse Hedges, though, he has been my surprise driver of the race so far, has been fantastic so far today, and worked his way up to P3. Got that from the outside line, though, so we're getting ready to come around to 1 to green, and he's going to be on the bottom this time. Do you think he'll be able to keep that position on his teammate Bailey Dutton, or do you think this bottom line is kind of a sentence to go backwards?
Yeah, I kind of think it will be, but I hope it's not. But these the Millennium Motorsports guys, these two, the 26 and the 33, super proud of them running up front here. So yeah, this is great. We got the 14 right behind him.
Yep, and then even a little further back, Doug Argerbright, Matt McMeekin, Eric Norowski. So these guys all doing a great job being up front. And I think a little teammate stuff here as you're looking at the 27 who took the bottom this time, and the 21, Todd Cray, maybe going to let him in. It's the only reason I would think that Clark would take the bottom here. As the pace truck is off and the green flag is out, and he does get a good jump, able to and look at that push Bailey Dutton got. That was a fantastic start for Bailey. Going to easily clear Jesse Hedges. Going to try to get a strong run down the backstretch. See if he can't get up on the 21's bumper. Not able to do it this time, but Clark able to get a good jump there on that restart. As we look back at the 4 of McMeekin, and even a little bit behind him, that's going to be Eric Norowski in the 48. Matt, remember the 4 and the 14 both involved in a spin early. Yep, you see the 48 trying to get a run on that outside. Matt ran the bottom.
He's putting the
and
pressure
the 48
right
is there. Going to be able to work his way around McMeekin. Apologize for our camera angles. We got new buttons on some of these cameras, and it's like it's a challenge tonight. So that's all right. Our producer Alan Bledsoe is it's always a little challenge. So we can talk about him like that. He can hear us.
Get that boy some
We
cheese.
love him. Got to get him some Cheez-Its. Get him motivated. But no, Alan does a great job for us, and we appreciate it. Just love giving him a hard time here on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. Couldn't do it. Wouldn't be
Boy,
as much
that
fun.
bottom line is tough tonight. It's just, yeah, you just got to be up top to be competitive.
Oh,
One truck coming hard on the 4 truck. Let's see what he does here. He's running the super high line. Got the momentum coming off.
yeah, he's running those boards all the way up against the fence. Gonna do the crossover.
Take him on the bottom.
Try to get to the inside. Let's
Gonna
see.
be hard coming off.
Yes, it is. I just saw the 32 make a move on the 33, though, so it is possible. He's going to have to... He cleared him here. Nice job, Scott Bellin. But
Oh, and the
Ford
switch
does the
over.
crossover. Oh, gets tight, gets a little loose. And it's going to have to back off, but now the 4 is under fire right behind him from the 45.
The 8,
So
9,
lost
10
one
spots
position.
are going at it.
Yeah, these guys are fighting hard for this 9th position here. Looks like the 45 is just trying to work that bottom. Oh, man. Looked like the 4 had to jump out of the gas a little bit, maybe.
I
And
think
the
the
45 's
45
gonna
did as
clear him.
well.
Yeah, 4, Matt McMeekin struggling on these older tires. So all these guys that have gotten by him have newer tires and stopped on that most recent caution. Including Scott Bellum, who's looking at Eric Norowski. Eric also on fresher tires. They have about 18 laps fewer than these guys there that are up front.
And we've got 100 laps to go. I believe they started with 3 sets of tires behind the wall.
Yeah, that is correct. They had 4 sets coming into the race, including the ones that are bolted on the truck for the start. And you see the one trying to get under the 48.
I wouldn't be surprised if one just settles in right behind him there instead of just wearing his stuff out trying to make that pass on the bottom. I think we've got enough laps on these tires that's going to be hard to pull off.
Yeah, you're probably right, but these guys ahead of them have a little older tires, so the one is trying to get by the 48 so he can, move on up some more positions, but I think you're probably right. It's time to just kind of settle in as the 48 looks to the inside, but had to get out of the gas a little bit. It wasn't set up right. You really have to be patient at this track, and set up your passes to get a good run on exit at the right moment, because if you get a run too early, you're not able to take it. And if you get a run too late down the back stretch or the front stretch, it's really hard to send it in there if you're not running up on them exactly right. So, Ed, tell us how difficult that is from a driver's perspective as a guy that's driven in this league all year long. You guys have done some difficult tracks, some shorter tracks, where you've had to set guys up like that. How tough is it to be patient when you're faster?
Yeah, it's really tough, right? We're watching the one dealing with it right now. I think he's letting his tires cool down a little bit. And, he'll make a move here again. But, yeah, it's a challenge. Patience is everything. And, sometimes you got to set those passes up for 2 or 3 laps before you make.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what you said. You got to let those tires cool down. As you're looking at the 27, putting some trucks a lap down. And as these guys back here we were just watching, let's get back on the 14 and the 48. They came up on some lap traffic here in the Larry Poling truck, and now they're all clogged up here. The 33 and the 14 were able to get around him, but these guys, the 48 and the 1, were side by side, and that really cost Scott Bellum, who's probably pretty frustrated, but Larry has nowhere to go in that situation. He
doesn't.
Yeah, so, it's nothing he could do, but really cost Scott a lot of time right there and a position, and we've seen how difficult it is to pass already. And now it looks like the 32, Darren Clement, has worked his way all the way up to second. I don't know what he's doing that he's been able to work his way all the way up there. Watch out, Coro. Yeah, so Patrick really struggling here. About came up as we're looking at the 32 of Darren Clement. Let's go up to Darren here. Trying to work his way around the 5 of Brian Tarnowski. He's going to be able to get it done. Had to work really hard for that, though.
That's
and
quite
now
a run
he's
for
going to
him.
try to set his sights on Clark Genneken up front. And their lap times are pretty well equal. As we're looking at the 26, Bailey Dutton trying to get by the 21 of Todd Cray. Bailey has been on his bumper for a lot of laps, and you know, Darren Clement was able to pass both of them, so it's kind of, and we're looking back at a different group now, so.
Yeah, we got quite a battle going back here. Jesse, how about that run of the 32 truck coming from the back to P2 through all that traffic?
Yeah, he's done a great job here, especially on this run. He came down, got that one caution, but since then he's driven to the front and is running just, I mean, a half a tenth slower than the leader right now. And it's just going to take some traffic to get him caught up. But right now, Clark in clean air has a clean track ahead of him for quite a while. It's going to just depend how they get on and off pit road. And back in a little right behind them, the 26 has gotten under the 21 of Todd Cray. We'll see if he can make that move work. Not going to be able to do it here. Gets back in line. Going to have to make another run at him. I thought he was going to have him a little while ago when we were on him and they caught that Tarnowski truck. But he tried to set it up, wasn't able to do it. But here he goes. Down into one, he kind of drove it in there. Todd gonna kind of hit the brakes, let him have it. Yeah, was maybe trying to set up the crossover, hoping Bailey drove it in too deep, but it didn't happen. And so Bailey Dutton up to P3. What a great run for him tonight. And Todd Cray is got to be frustrated as he's used up his tires here, and he was really looking forward to this track coming into the race. Talked to him last week after the race on the air. And he was super excited to come to Bristol, but so far has not been his night. And let's go back to look at the battle with the 1 and the 33 as these guys are still in a cluster. The 14 and the 48 get together. And the 48's able to keep it off the wall somehow. But that was tight. They thought they were going to be coming up on the 5 of Brian Tarnowski. Again, nowhere for Brian to go. But let's take a look at it. You see them both going for the bottom there.
Oh.
And just not enough room here at Bristol. But did a good job not to spin that truck out. And as we're back live now, we're going to look at the 45. Trying to look to the inside of the 14 now. And as the 1 and 33 are side by side ahead. These guys are battling back here. This is for a top 5. It's where Jesse Hedges in that 33 run. So all of these guys trying really hard to get up into the top 5 here. As you see Doug dive to the bottom. Gonna try to get in there. Now maybe if he can, he's going to try to do a slide job, but didn't happen. Now the 45 is to his outside. So, Ed, you see him try to make a move, kind of like we see in real life. If you try to make that bottom work and it doesn't, you're putting yourself at risk of losing a position or more.
Absolutely, and just wearing those tires out. So I totally get it. You know, try to make that move, but don't get pinched down there for too many laps.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job here making moves, and I think he's going to be able to clear him here into turn 3. Because he's almost cleared. And right there, he is cleared if he moves up. And he does. And Jesse gives him the room. So good heads-up racing for Jesse there. He could have really pushed the issue. And now he's got TJ to his outside.
Yeah,
Jesse, and he's going to get back up real quick in front of the 1.
And the 1's going to look to his inside. That's going to be 3 spots if he gets around him.
Yeah, and that's tough for the 33 there. You know, he could have made it really difficult on the 14, but it looks like his tires are just giving up a little more than everybody else's at this point in the run. So you're looking at the 45 up here, trying to get to the inside now of the 14, it looks like. And not going to be able to clear just barely off the corner. He's going to send it into the turn 3. $14 motors by on the outside there. And up front, yeah, it's still Clark up front working some lap traffic. And Ed, what do you say about this racing here tonight? I mean, ASMR, we started with 2 fast repairs at the beginning of the season. We had tons of crashes. You guys as admins dropped it down to 1. And now here we are at Bristol, over 100 laps into the race, and we've had 3 cautions for incident. What do you got to say about these drivers and the job they're doing?
Yeah, it's really impressive. Yeah,
As
we
there's
had
a
one.
crash right there as I say that. The 14 and 69 got together, and then the 78 just runs into the back of the 5. So they saved it somehow, but let's go back and take a look. Here they are, they're side by side.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like the 69 got in the wall a little bit, and then just trying to do 3 wide on this track, going around a lap truck, just very difficult. And then we'll take a look here as the caution's out right now for looks like the 5. So we'll take a look at what happened here first, and then we'll go take a look at the caution. So right here you see the 78 drift up the track, and they just kind of door each other. The 5 saves that one. Now let's fast forward a little bit and see what happens. So here he is again. We'll play it from here. We might have to watch it for a minute to exactly see. Yeah, this is under caution here, so it had already happened. So yeah, let's watch it from here when he comes back up on the track. So here we are. We're going to watch the 78 get into him again. And we'll follow Brian. See what happens for the rest of the time here. So he's able to
nice
kind of
job of
save
saving
that
it
one.
there.
They must have thrown the caution for that.
Okay.
So that was yeah. I don't want to question the admins, but that one is a little questionable just because we've had so many of those tonight, and
These guys have done a great job of saving it after
they've
they
done
do make
fantastic.
contact. Yeah, that could have been an automatic caution or an iRacing caution. Not sure.
Well, I don't see where anybody threw the caution, so it must have been an automatic caution. So I thought
You know,
those were turned off, and the admins were only doing it tonight. Is see everybody on pit road for their final stop. I'm gonna put 4 tires and fuel in here.
my guess, iRacing threw that caution probably because Brian stayed on the apron. You know what I mean? Because he had traffic coming and didn't pull back on the track.
Very could have been. And so you see the 27 wins the race off pit road. Darren Clement comes out right on his heels. Let's see if we can't get let's get Darren up here and talk to Darren and see if he's got anything for Clark here at the end. Hey Darren, it's the guys up in the booth, man. What do you got for that 27 truck? You made up a ton of ground there in that last run.
Not sure yet. You know, I got up there a little bit after wearing out the tires, getting there. So now that we start side by side, we'll see what this 32 has for him now on the long run if we get it. Got a little damage coming up to the field, but truck's still fast, and we're gonna go at it.
10-4, buddy. Well, you got 60 laps to do it. Good luck.
Thank you.
So you heard it there, hoping to make these tires last for the long run. Thinks he's got something for him. And let's go ahead and get our stage 1 winner up here real quick before we go back green. Hey Todd, it's the guys up in the booth, man. You won that stage. You kind of slipped back there with those older tires. Got 1 to green here. What do you need to do this run that you didn't maybe do last run?
I was putting the pressure on Clark early there. You know, ran it really hard to see what it was going to do. Fortunate for this caution here, because if not, we were in trouble. So puts us back together. Took a little damage there from a lap car. So just was feeling it out and see how fast we can go for how long. So we have a little better idea what to do here. So hopefully we'll have a better run.
10-4, buddy. Well, good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
All right, so that is 2 guys that are hoping to battle for the lead. Bailey Dutton, though, don't sleep on him. Has a fast truck all race long. Got a good start on the outside, but Todd Cray fires it into turns 1 and 2 and is going to take that second position away from the 32. And Bailey Dutton looking to his inside, trying to take that away from him as well. Not sure what happened on that start, but the 32 did not get going well. Was not able to anticipate that start since these guys have not been calling out the restarts. Looks like we've already got guys on pit road. The 5 and the 78 are on pit road now, so not sure if that's from incident or not, but look at Bailey Dutton heating up the back of that 32 truck.
I think Bailey's saying, I got to get it while the getting's good. He's going to try to get around him as hard as he can here.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, if he wants a shot at this win and getting the maximum points, he's got to get around him early. He's been riding and kind of taking care of his stuff, but he saw last time he got stuck, and I think right here you just got to take a left, Ed, and send it into the corner, or you're going to be stuck behind him if you wait for him to take the bottom.
Yeah, he's got nothing but playoff drivers in front of him, so...
And behind him.
Yes, that's true. He's got the one right there.
Do you think he's concerned and running kind of conservative here of not trying to take the bottom because he's afraid he might lose that position to the one? Or do you think he's just giving his truck everything he's got and he doesn't think he can make that move on the bottom?
I don't think he's looking in his mirror at this point. I think he's got a windshield full of 32 as he takes him down low.
Yeah, and he's got the tires here early in the run, but this
just
is
what
there's
you
the
said.
Scott. Yep.
Here comes the one on the outside.
So you don't make that work. You do a late move into the entry, and that's what I mean. You got to set up the exit of the corner as the one gets in the wall a little bit. You got to almost set up the exit of the corner to get that big run and make that move early on the straightaway so you can send it into that next corner. And wasn't able to time it just right there, but is going to maintain his position. Maybe he gets another shot at it as he lets those tires cool down. And don't look now, Ed, but the 27 has put a gap on the field already a little bit.
Typical, right? We see it. We see it every race. But boy, he's got some guys who can take him here, no doubt about it. I think the 26 now is definitely, after that last move, is very aware that the one is behind him and is going to be a little more cautious, like we talked earlier about setting up that pass if he can do it.
Yeah, and how about Darren running that middle groove?
Yes.
And seems to be making it work. He's kind of entering in the middle and exiting on the bottom, at least with these newer tires. And that's leaving the door open a little bit on the outside, but Bailey's just not able to get there at this point. What do you think of that line? We don't see anybody else really doing that.
No, and I wonder if it's strategic, because he's making you split the track. You're either going to have to take him on the very bottom, which is hard, or you're going to have to ride that wall, which not everybody can do here coming out of the turn.
Yeah, and I mean, he's fast. Not this last lap, but the lap before, he was the fastest truck on the track with that line. So there's got to be speed there, and he said he ran the tires off early, was able to get around some guys, but now he's up there and has a lot more. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it looks like he's bringing it down to the bottom a little more now, though.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see these different lines, and the speeds and the lap times are pretty darn similar. And it looks like, Clark, the 21, has made that gap up just a little bit from that initial start. So Clark just going to try to manage that gap. And he does such a good job at that, Ed, of pushing his truck to stay out front, but not pushing it too much to hurt those tires.
Oh, you're right. He's, seems to be the master of making these tires last as long as possible while being one of the fastest trucks on the track.
So while we have a chance, let's go through the field quick. As Clark Genneken runs up front, he's been the guy to beat all year long. Native of Las Vegas. So Viva Las Vegas for Clark, and P2 is going to be Todd Cray.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd Cray. So we got two playoff guys up there, followed by the other teammate, Darren Clement, another playoff driver. And we go back one more to Bailey Dutton.
Yep, Bailey, he's got hometown of Monroe, Georgia, so doing a great job here in the top 4. Has put on a real good show today and has a lot of speed, but just hasn't seemed to be able to get around those ECE trucks.
Yeah, following him up with Doug Argerbright, number 14, having a great run here. Or excuse me, Scott Bell in the 1 truck, having a great night. Hanging tough. He's used a little different strategy, but he's sitting right here in P5.
Yeah, and right behind him is going to be Doug Argerbright. He's doing a great job. Got a new paint scheme this week. Not the McDonald's scheme we've seen all year long. So Doug had a spin, going to try to spin and get a top 5 here tonight. Currently P6.
Yeah, and Maletta Motorsports number 33, Jesse Hedges, sitting here in P7. Has had a good run too. He's got TJ Krober, 45, putting the pressure on him in P8.
Yeah, TJ doing a great job tonight. Native of Denver, Colorado, doing running in the top 10. TJ had some incidents earlier, but doing a great job in that 45 truck.
Yeah, when we move back to P9, we got the 48 truck, Eric Norowski. And we got a caution out.
Yeah, caution on the track. Looks like McMeekin in the 4. Let's go back and take a look at that. Looks like he's running by himself.
Kind of lost it a little 4 entry there. Let's see.
Looks like he just locked it down and...
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, that was weird. I wonder if... Let's go back
Yeah, can we do an in-car with him there? And yeah, looks like he was trying to get to the apron. Yeah, that's interesting. But he brings out the caution at lap 143. Looks like we got a lot of takers coming down the road.
To bring out the caution. I mean, that looks... He doesn't really have any teammates he's racing for or with.
Oh, I think he's a better driver than that. I think he could have made that a whole lot more interesting if it was intentional.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened. I don't think it was intentional, but let's see what happens here. We got lap 144, and looks like we've got just about everybody on the lead lap coming down.
404, did he come down? No, he stayed out. So
we haven't talked about him tonight.
No, we haven't. He's been kind of steady Eddie in the back. Oh, he did come down. He's well, everybody else came down the front stretch. So everybody, I'm going to go back and look, but...
Oh, they came in off of 4?
That's what I'm wondering. No, they didn't. Okay, so Dave stayed out to lead a lap. That's what he did. Okay.
I'm just not sure if he came in under closed pit or not. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, I don't know why it would be closed. That's the lap that the lap down cars are supposed to pit on, so I don't think it was closed. So we'll see. We'll have to see if he gets a penalty or not. But either way, he's going to be at the back of the field, so whether it's a penalty or not is kind of a moot point at this juncture of the race for him. But stay out and try to get that playoff point. Maybe it's the only play he's got. I think he had some playoff points at the end of stage 1, so just trying to do everything he can.
We got the 78 and the 5 taking their wave around the pace car. They'll get caught up to the rear of the field here shortly.
Yep, looks like the 5's going to get one of his 3 laps back, and the 78 also gets one of his laps back. So, all right, here we go. So
we pretty much got the usual suspects up front here.
Yeah, we'll see if Bailey Dutton is starting on the outside here. See if he's going to be able to get around the 32 of Clement. And as Clark gets a great jump again, Darren's going to hold that bottom line. No, Darren did not get a good start there as Bailey clears him. And we saw Darren really struggled on the last restart as well. Todd up against the boards trying to get that run.
Now's the time.
And he goes to the bottom for the lead. Todd Cray for the lead. Not able to get it, but gets back up in line before Bailey's able to take advantage. As we are coming to 26 laps left in this race, and that is going to go by quick, Ed.
Absolutely. And you just pointed out the challenge of this track. As soon as you're setting a guy up for your move and you're ready to make your move, you've been set up by the guy behind you.
Yeah, and Clark just ran his fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago. And he turns him.
Oh, no.
The ECE guys get together. Bailey Dutton makes it through.
Wow.
Bailey Dutton and Darren Clement go to the lead after the 2 teammates get together.
I guess
Let's
all
go
bets
back and
are
take
off.
a look at it. He gets a huge run into the corner and then just gasses up on him.
Yeah, he had a big run through the middle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm sure that team chat is interesting right now.
Yeah, I wonder. Let's not get Clark in here for an interview. Not a good
Yeah,
idea.
not just yet.
For the for this moment here. So you're looking at Jesse Hedges,
Oh,
who's
Jesse
the one that
gets-
smashed Clark there in the door, and yeah, 27 can't be happy about that.
You're just carrying so much speed at that point.
Yeah,
You know,
you just,
Jesse, he's full on the throttle, and then
boom. Yeah,
he goes
nothing
down
can
low
do.
to avoid the car in front of him who's on the brakes, and yeah.
No chance to even see him, right?
That's a shame.
So somehow, Todd Cray is being credited as the leader right now. So, not sure. Yeah,
Well-
Ed, I mean, you do work as an admin in this league, so I'm going to ask you, is this a situation where the 21 should get an EOL in the race?
Well, if we went back about 6 or 7 races, that would be the case. But we kind of changed up the rules a little bit where there are no in-race EOLs issued by admins. So it's strictly on incident points. And how it works here is after your 13th incident point, you get a green flag drive-through. And I believe it's your 23rd or 25th incident point, you get parked. So everything is reviewed the next day. So there's no in-race EOLs outside of iRacing issued.
That's tough.
That is tough.
I guess as a driver, I would probably agree with that, but as the guy getting taken out, that's a tough pill to swallow.
It is tough. And the only reason we went that way is we just don't have live race control, right? And it's hard, especially at tracks like this, to make that call, if you're 10 trucks behind the incident. So
yeah.
21 truck his front end's a little tough. I mean, ooh.
Yeah, and I guess he's trying to win the race, right? I mean, that's what we're here for. It's the playoff time, 3 races left. You're trying to win the race. He knows if he can't get by Clark there, he's not going to win. So he's given everything he can, gets on the gas, tries to cut underneath him, but just misjudged it, and I'm sure that's what we'll hear from him as Clark is back out on the track and gonna, his race is over for the win, but trying to get all the points he can. currently 3 laps down, but the race isn't over. We got 20 laps to go now. Going to be 19 as we take the green flag. Pace truck is off. Green is out. 32 and 21. Count it down this time. Trying to get the 32 clear, and they're going to be able to do it. But no, the Bailey Dutton sends it into the corner. Is going to stay to his outside.
Sure
what
did.
a move. Bailey's going to get
Bailey
clear.
is running.
Yeah, he knew he had to stay to his door, or it was going to be lights out for his chances of winning this race. And now you got to think his whole playbook is opened up on what he's got to do. But first, he's got to keep that 32 behind him and stay focused right now on his line. He can't get too ahead of himself trying to pass that leader yet. But even still, big points, Dave, for that 26th. 21, Todd Cray doing a great job with all that damage out there. And Bailey's got to be wondering if that's going to impact him. But still pretty fresh tires, Ed, to not let that impact you too terribly much. Bristol is kind of aero dependent, but not a ton, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, you know, the 32 got that front end damage, but, you know, I didn't see him lock up tires or spin or do anything like that. So as long as, you know, radiator and everything's in good shape, he's probably okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we didn't see him lock up the tires and everything. That's because he drove straight through, man. I don't know if you were watching. But...
Well, hey, credit to him.
Yeah, right, exactly. So Bailey's been able to get it. He's going to have a run off the corner. No, he chooses not to. He doesn't want to let that 32 get to his outside. Yeah. So probably a smart move here is we're coming to, we're working 13 to go here, coming to 12 to go. Yeah, what are these guys willing to do? We saw, caution is out. That's the 4 of McMeekin, again, stopped on the front stretch.
Oh, I know these first two did not want to see that caution.
No, these first two definitely did not. So let's see what happens.
78 just
gets hit by David Sparks. Yeah, 78 just got into him there. So the 4 not happy.
He has had a tough night.
Both of those guys are 3 laps down right now, and that's kind of what Clark wants to see. He's not going to be the free pass this time, but there's a chance. You know, we've seen these races get messy at the end. Yeah, you're looking at it there, almost a repeat of what just happened with the leaders, right, Ed?
Right, exactly, yeah.
So it can happen at the front, it can happen at the back, it can happen anywhere you are on this track. So a lot of opportunities to make mistakes throughout the field. Coming down to 10, we just took 10 to go in this race. And what do we think about the potential of an overtime to start this round of the playoffs?
I think we almost count on it.
Yeah, and
because
I want to...
We've got 10 to go. All bets are off. You know, I'm going to say we might have... Everybody's going to try to get position here the first 5 laps, and then the last 5 probably going to start using a bumper.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was looking for Doug Argerbright's interview, but he is not in the chat here. So
how about Dave Gage? Can we pull Dave up real quick?
Yeah, let's grab.
Let's see how the race is going for him.
Hey, Dave, it's the guys up in the booth, man. You're been running in the top 10 all day, man. Looking in P9 right now. Saw your teammates get together for the lead there. Under 10 to go. What are you trying to accomplish here for this last stint of the race?
Mostly not die. I've been in the back of the pack here, messing with everybody, just trying to keep my car fairly clean and going straight. So that's gonna pretty much be on my to-do list here. I'm gonna see if I can maybe click 1 or 2 more of these positions off. But honestly, if I keep it together and get a top 10 here, I'll kind of be happy.
10-4. We saw you stay out to lead a lap there for the playoff point. Was that what you were doing and willing to give up some of that track position?
And do I have to admit that I was getting the lucky dog because I was a lap down at that point?
No, you don't. I did not see that.
So I was technically a lap down and had to go stay out, of course, to get into the pits after that. So I went ahead and did that, got my lap back, got back into lead lap here. So now I'm just trying to keep some of these lappers behind me. Some of those guys have been trying to race me for position even though they're a lap down. So I'm getting a little nervous, just trying to keep it in one piece. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
Well, yep, good luck.
Thanks, sirs.
All right, so Dave Gage, as we are lined up here, coming to 1 to green. And want to give an attaboy to Larry Poling in the 69. Has gotten back on the lead lap with this caution. He's done a good job to stay out of trouble for for most of the race. He's gotten run into a couple times, no real fault of his own, just in some bad situations with 3 wide racing, but has gotten his way back on the lead lap, currently P10. So wanted to give a shout out to Larry, doing an awesome job out here. And as long as nothing crazy happens to him, and we don't give him the broadcast curse, going to knock on some wood for him right here. He should finish in the top 10. So back up front for the race win. That's the 21. The pace truck is off. The 26. Going to try to get another great restart in that second position on the outside. He didn't get it this time, but Darren Clement, not able to clear him. Bailey's going to have a big run down the backstretch and is working that outside. And here we come around to 5 laps to go.
Side by side. Here he comes, taking the high line, coming around 2. This is going to get interesting. Coming into 3. Let's see what happens. He's got him cleared.
And then here it is. We got down to 4 laps to go. And we've seen what teammates are willing to do to one another with Todd Cray. I know it was an accident and he probably feels bad, but you see that from the 26. You don't know if that was intentional or not. Ed, are you willing to put the bumper to a guy who you've raced clean all season long with?
Yeah, it's the playoffs. We're going here for the win. You're P2. It's just a matter if he can get there or not. Maybe he doesn't take him out, but he may just rattle his cage a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, you got to get there first. 2 laps to go. He's got to get there. Darren Clement's going to send it on the inside. If he does get to the bumper, a caution is out.
He's got to run.
5. That was a huge run. That was his opportunity he'd been waiting for. And it was the 69 who got the freaking broadcaster's curse.
Oh, Jesse.
Come on, Larry. I am so sorry. We're going to blame it on Dave. It's Dave's fault.
Yeah. Darn it, Dave.
Well, let's blame it on the 5. Oh, no. And then Larry.
Oh, he
poor
got
Larry,
right
nowhere
there.
to go there. He was almost stopped too. So
that's a shame.
Well, that is going to bring out a green-white checkered head.
Called it.
Yes, you did. So what are we looking at here?
This is it. This is it. Yeah, there are no nice guys right here, especially in the top 4. It's gonna do what you do to have to win.
Yeah, it's I'm interested because the 26 of Bailey Dutton has been able to. Here, let's ask him. I want to get him up here and see what he thinks about what's been going on with these teammates up front. Bailey, it's the guys in the booth, man. You've been able to hang on that outside with these teammates below you, kind of counting it down. It looks like. What do you got to do here on this green-white checker to either get around both of them?
I've just got to fire with them, and that's been tough. They're counting them down, so they're getting a pretty good jump.
Yeah, well, you've done a great job. You're able to hang on the outside of the 32 the last couple of restarts. I think we all thought up here in the booth, if that last caution hadn't come out right then, you had a massive run down the backstretch and looked like you were going to try to get to his inside there. You're able to do that again, kind of back that up and time that run. I think we're going to see you in victory lane.
I hope so. It's usually taking me like a lap or 2 to like get there and get to it. So hopefully I can make this one happen a little quicker.
10-4 Bailey. Well, good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully we'll talk to you after the race in the winner's circle.
Sounds good.
All right. Got him back in Maletta Motorsports. They've been putting on a show today. So Doug Argerbright is going to be in P4 here. Scott Bellum, Daniel Jensen, TJ Krober, Eric Nowowski, Dave Gage, Larry Poling are your top 10. And Clark Genneken gained one of his laps back there. Let's get Scott Bellum in here real quick as we've got the one to go in that one machine. Hey, Scott, it's the guys up in the booth, bud. You've had a fairly eventful race today. You find yourself right now knocking on the door of a top 5 finish. What do you got to do to pick up a couple more spots here?
Honestly, I really don't even know. It's tough on the restart here in the bottom, so it's all going to be about track position and what happens up front. I have a feeling they're going to do some bumping and banging here.
Yeah, 10-4, buddy. Well, good luck the rest of the way. You've put on a show, man. You've driven a great race. Got a chance here at the end, so good luck.
Yep, thanks, guys.
All right, so there's Scott Bellum. We'll see Doug Argerbright there in that second row doing a great job out there, too. Hopefully we'll be able to grab an interview with him after the race and talk about he's had an eventful one, Ed. Spin, comes back and is able to run in top 4 here.
Oh, no doubt. Another guy is Daniel Jensen in the 61 sitting there.
Yeah, absolutely. His pace truck's off. Those guys counted down
Look at
early.
that.
And that's exactly what Bailey was worried about, is them getting that big jump. And he's going to still get to his outside off
Wow.
of turn 2.
Wow.
What a move. Bailey Dutton may have just saved his championship hopes with that move right there. White flag is out. One more lap to go. Presented by DDS Button Boxes. Bailey's trying to get this run. Not going to be able to get there through 3 and 4. Does he get a run off the corner? Not enough. It's going to be Todd Cray bringing home the win for the ECM and Kitty Cat Coin. What a race. Ed, what do you got to say about Bailey Dutton there? It looked like he was left for dust.
Impressive. Yeah, with that jump, that countdown they had, and for him to catch him on the backstretch like that, amazing.
Let's go back and take another look at that real quick if we can. That was incredible. I cannot believe he got to the outside of the 32 like he did.
And as quick as he did.
I mean, he must have jumped it back in the gas. Let's go a little farther.
Yeah, so here we are, coming out of 2?
And maybe do the Blimp Cam again. So here's the start. Yeah, let's watch this whole thing again. So Bailey's going to be that first truck on the outside. Darren's that second truck on the inside. See those guys take off as soon as they can. Yeah, they're gone. He's clear by
a truck.
A full truck. Truck and a half, maybe.
And watch this run. Look at this run.
Unbelievable. And right here,
got a little loose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bailey gives him the 21 a nudge there. Now right here, he's got the 32 clear on the last lap. Yeah, I think he just needed that one extra lap like he told us.
Yeah, he was right.
So, all right, well, let's get Todd Cray in here to see what he has to say. Todd Cray, it's the guys up in the booth, man. You were able to hold off Bailey Dutton there at the end. You and Darren tried to work that countdown game. Had it worked, but Bailey didn't want anything to do with it. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened between me and Clark there. I mean, he was fast. I think we were coming off a
Was
2.
it a shame, Todd? Was it a shame, really?
Yeah, but we don't. It's not the championship night now, but nah, you got a little loose there. It's not a cool. It's not what we want to have happen in the team. But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, what's his name? Daly. I mean, he was strong on the high side for Darren there, and we were getting some good starts. Looked like Darren was going to be able to clear him, but he was fast. He was coming, and one mistake and he would have had it. So hats off to him and Darren for taking third, and the rest of the guys. Good night.
Man, you had a run there. You mentioned it with Clark. He just got loose, or what happened? Because it looked like you just got a huge run, and maybe was going to try to turn underneath him, and something just, we couldn't tell from the replay what exactly happened, but tell us from your perspective.
We were talking with Clark, and I put the air on him, and we were racing hard. It's what we do, and he just, he was a little faster than me in that area to track. So I had a good turn, and I was thinking of turning down, and then he just slipped up just the smallest bit, a little bit, and there I was. So that's unfortunate. Not much I could really say, but yeah, he got a little loose in an area that he was normally faster than me. But you put the air on the back of the trucks and you run real hard, and that's what Bristol's all about. It's just one of those deals that you don't want to happen, especially with a teammate. But we talked about it. He felt the slip, and I was just right there. So I mean, there's no tension, no problems. But I just hate to see it for him, especially with the championship here. I mean, I'm here to race the best guys, and I hate to see a situation like that happen.
Yeah, 10-4, man. Well, we appreciate your candidness there, and congratulations on the win. Who do you want to thank for this one?
Again, Kitty Cat Coin for coming on and making things possible for us, and ECE and all the guys here making it. We got a great team, and we work together, and we have fun. So that's the bottom line. Put all the league guys here for putting the show on. You guys for broadcasting. Bruzy, cousin Jess again at home with Trixie. It was a win for her, much needed. So short tracks. I think we're going to a speedway next. So there should be some interesting situation next week. But this was one of our strong points, and we needed to win. So
10-4, buddy. Well, congratulations. You brought it home. And we'll see you again next week at the Super Speedway.
yes, sir. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good night. All right. So let's get P2 Bailey Dutton up here. And Bailey got left there on the start with those teammates playing those games. And you were able to put the power down in turns 1 and 2 and motor by the 32, man. How did you do that, and what did you need to get around the 21 there at the end?
I think I just needed some more laps. I mean, I knew that them giving me the top was my advantage. So I mean, they had an advantage on the initial start, but I knew I could carry the momentum to do it. Then the next worry is Darren just gonna move up and block or try to pinch me in the wall, and that worried me. So I mean, I knew being on the top was where I wanted to be anyways.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised as well. I mean, you had looked like you had 20 miles an hour on him off the corner, so it would have been a tough block to make, but I was impressed by the heads-up driving, as I'm sure you were, that he chose not to kind of pull up in front of you when he easily could have, especially right here. We're looking at the replay. Right here in the middle of the corner, he probably could have slid up on you and killed that run. Chose not to do it, and then off the corner, I think he realized that big run that you had, and you gave shot. Sorry, go ahead. What do you have to say?
He had he'd done it earlier in the race, and I checked up. So that's what scared me with it that time, because he almost probably ended both of our nights. About 25ish to go, 27, and then the caution came out. So like I had a run earlier on him. And he tried to close the door, and thank God I saw him, and I backed out of it, kept us up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on the P2 finish. A big points night for you. You gained a little bit more on Todd, or not on Todd, I'm sorry, but on Clark there with his incident with the 21. What did you see from your perspective with that incident?
With Todd and Clark?
Yeah.
I didn't really see much. I was kind of focused because Darren was right in front of me, so I was kind of focused on Darren. And then kind of as we entered 3, I kind of looked ahead, and I just saw Clark sideways and Todd pushing him. So I didn't know how it happened. I didn't know if maybe Clark got loose in and that's what happened, or I still really have no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't know in the moment either, but it was exciting. So we appreciate you taking the time to join us here after the race. Congratulations on your top 2. Tell us what you have, who you have to thank for this one, and what your plans are for the Super Speedway next week.
Yeah, again, just thanks to Andrew for allowing me to be a part of the team. I joined pretty late, right before the season, but yeah, that's a. Oh no, Darren wasn't in front of me. I was in front of that. Yeah, I saw enough of that. I saw about when he was sideways is when I really picked up what was happening, because I knew I had to get around it. About right there is what I saw.
Yeah,
I was trying to hit my mark and make sure I wouldn't hit the wall off the exit, because I think we had some tire wear right there, so it was really easy to shove the nose straight up into the wall. Yeah, I was.
You did a great job avoiding it, because like you said, if you didn't see it when you did, you probably would have ran right into the back of him with your momentum off the corner.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, no, I felt pretty good with that one. I did not think I was going to have that much for him at the end, to be honest with you. I thought Todd had. I knew Todd was burning his stuff up, so I needed the long run. So when the caution started coming out, I thought it was going to play more into his favor.
Yeah, and it seems that it did. So, tell us who you got to thank for this race, who's on your truck, and what do you need for next weekend?
Yeah, again, so Andrew, just for allowing me to be a part of the team, and then the throwback truck. So growing up as a kid, we had some family friends racing, and that was their scheme that they ran, and their dealership that's on the car, the U.S. Auto Sales. So that's a little bit about the car, and then the super speedway. I need a lot of luck. That's about it.
Yes,
That's all I can do for that track.
10-4, buddy. Well, good luck next week. Congratulations this week, and we'll talk to you next time.
Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Bailey. All right, and we got Darren Clement joining us now. Came home P3. Thought he was going to be able to get that second place and have a shot at the win there behind his teammate. Darren, talk us through this this replay of this restart here as we're going to watch it with you and tell us what you saw from your perspective.
Oh, I was definitely pushing a 21 into the corner, but he gets a little light there, so I had to lift just enough and couldn't get clear of him to go to the high side. 26 got one heck of a run off of there, and I couldn't throw that block. It would have took us both out of the race. So definitely want to say congrats to 26 on his way of driving there in the final laps and restarts. He did a good job defending P2. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We were all we were shocked in the booth that he was able to get that drive off the corner. We thought he was definitely a sitting duck in P3 after you got that huge start on him. But you had kind of a eventful race. You topped off with fuel or something there after the first stage and went to the back. You're able to make your way up through the field and catch up to Clark most of the way. Get up to P2 before those string of cautions there. What happened and what took you to the back of the field?
Coming around there early on in the race, passing lap traffic, made a little contact at one point. So I had a little bit of optional damage. I said, seen the guys that stayed out during the stage, and also we took 2 tires, didn't want to chance it, so I went in, took the optional repairs, topped off on fuel, and just kind of took my time getting through the field. Got bottlenecked up a couple times, but was able to make it back through the field up to the top 3 clean, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, well, you did a good job today. Made up a little points on Clark, so that's always a good day for you guys running for the championship. Gonna have to work together next week though at the super speedway. How's that gonna work for you guys?
Well, we've always been pretty decent plate racers, the whole team over here, Kitty Cat Coin and ECM. So we're looking to be all right there as long as we don't tangle with each other. Seems to be kind of a thing that's been happening here lately. We're just all three under a blanket, and one of us makes a mistake, and the other one can't get checked up enough. So look for us to be pretty dominant up there next week, trying to control whatever lane we decide to run, and yeah, I look forward to it. Glad that I was able to make points up on Clark. Shame that he got sent around by a teammate, but again, it's short track racing. A little less mistake can cost you a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you mentioned Kitty Cat Coin, so tell us who you got to thank for this ride tonight, and tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, we gotta thank Kitty Cat Coin for being on the trucks over here. Abruzzi, Nitro, Steven Ayers, iRacing Paints, Butt Kicker, Infinite Hero. We definitely want to thank all those guys for being on this truck and supporting our team.
Absolutely, Darren. Well, we appreciate you joining us. Congratulations on the P3 finish tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Ed, give us your final thoughts here from Bristol and what your takeaway was from being in the booth tonight.
Well, it is what I thought it would be, right? Short track racing. I know there's some tempers flaring right now in race control. So we'll see. I got a feeling there's going to be some pretty severe penalties handed out from what I'm reading right now, but we'll take a look at it. Like I said, short track racing. We intentionally don't have a lot of these on the schedule for this reasons, but it's also part of the deal. So we want to have a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, Ed. Well, I appreciate you joining us here in the booth. And are we going to see you back next week?
I think you will. I'm sitting the playoffs out because I'm moving. Bought a house and moving, and right now all my gear's in a box. So if I'm still here and my gear is still packed, I'll be with you guys.
All right, Ed. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and we're going to wrap up here from Bristol Motor Speedway tonight. And we appreciate everybody for joining us. We appreciate Butt Kicker for sponsoring the league. We appreciate BDS Button Boxes for coming on board as well. And congratulations to Todd Cray, Bailey Dutton, Darren Clement on the top 3 finishers. A big shout out to Larry Poling for wrapping up that top 10 tonight on the lead lap, and did a great job all night long. Congratulations to the rest of the drivers: Scott Bellum, Doug Argerbright, Daniel Jensen, TJ Krober, Eric Norowski, Dave Gage on their top 10. Good night.